Hey everyone, what is going on? Raven here, welcome back. As you see, we already have Kristoff 2 level 6, and I do want to make sure I completely finish him off Friendship Max level rank-wise because of the fact that Anna and Elsa are already at max rank. So I do know before I said I was going to try to get Remy next, but as Kristoff was so much closer to max rank, and I also thought that, we might get to help him more with some things. I thought it would be a good idea. So now, first off here, what we are actually going to do, if I see this, is that, we need to help him with his own stall, as we will. Now, I love how there's a little bit of banter between Kristoff and Goofy. And that is just mind-boggling to me that they both say, well, neither one is really great at fishing. I'm glad. It's like, why would you say that? Why would you go and attack each other like that when you're both are very well necessary? And I love how as soon as I walk into Goofy's house, which just showed he was there, Kristoff blocks me and Goofy's not there. So let's go ahead and go on outside here. And of course, what happens as soon as we load in outside? Goofy is right there. Talk about a coincidence. Like, he knew he needed to talk to me. And this is where you're going to see that he says, Kristoff isn't the best at fishing, when Kristoff already said that about Goofy. And it's like, really, guys? Like, you guys can't just not say something bad about each other like that? Especially when I have Kristoff following me, because I'm trying to get his friendship to max rank. And Goofy's just going to sit there and be like that. It's like, really? Like, really? Come on. So he gives us some stuff, tells us what to do. So now we're going to be able to make a stall. Now,
good boy.
You see what all I need. But you're also going to see that there's some other things I do as well. And yes, I'm going to eat the food that I made from a little bit ago, and we're also going to keep an eye on the plant we planted from the pillar inside of Sunlit Sunlit Plateau. There we go. So we're going to be checking that as well. So because, like I told you guys, I was going to show you guys how long it took to show the length of time. Now, when you guys saw that I did do the nature nurture last, it definitely looked as though, it said it could take a couple days. So I was hoping while I was playing, just ranking up Kristoff, getting some quests done, that it would be done. And unfortunately, spoiler for all of you, it will not be done yet. So as of right now, while we are trying to get the things for the iron ingots, we are already going on ahead and keeping Kristoff with us. Now, why do you guys think we're doing that? Because, like I said before, I want to get him to max rank. And what better way to do that than just run around collecting iron for iron ingots and just have him rank up at the same time? As you guys will also see in today's video, I'm going to give him, Kristoff, some of the, things we collect. So, especially a lot of the gems and things like that, we're just going to give them to Kristoff. Because I want to make sure, number one, we're ranking him up. Number two, it helps open up some inventory space. And right now, you guys are going to see that I'm probably going to check on how much iron ingots I can make. Which, unfortunately, does take so many of these little iron ores to make the iron ingots. It takes 5. And you don't always get a good amount of them when you're trying to grind this out, which I did talk about the grinding in this game before, how it is not always necessarily the best thing. It takes a lot, and sometimes it takes too long just to find one item, which you guys saw from before when I was trying to get the rich soil. You guys saw how long that took. It took me over an hour just to get the rest of the 8 rich soil, which is very frustrating. And on top of that, for the iron, there's only really 2 or 3 areas that give you the iron ores. That being the glade that being the forest, and that being sunlit. So you can only, collect from those grayish looking tall rocks in those 3 areas. The other areas are not going to give you that. So it kind of makes things very frustrating. And I know people are going to judge me for keeping the inventory full. Oh, sorry. You guys are all going to say something about me keeping the inventory full. That's also because, I'm trying to make sure I maintain enough food in my inventory because I'm not always running back and forth in and out of either the restaurant or my house to cook. Now, I know that there's that little outdoor grill thing inside, well, not inside, but outside of Sunlit Plateau, which I could definitely use. But at the same time, it's like I would rather just eat what I collect and just keep going. Because for me, I feel like if I were to, take the time to cook something, that's taking time off of the grinding things out. So let me know in the comment section down below if you guys would like to see me cook more items, which I'm sure for quests in the future I'm going to have to cook more. Or would you like to just see me keep going as I am now, which is eat the things as I collect them or sell them for money. Now, because this game is huge on selling, especially when it comes to, you need money to rank up the stall, Goofy's, all of Goofy's stalls. You need money to open up all the, what I call like the fast travel places. Like here, Glade of Trust, I'm going to fast travel to that because the well is unlocked because I paid Scrooge money, which I would rather see Dreamlight open up the wells. Just my thought, because we are constantly getting Dreamlight, our sort of magic by doing all these daily things, like collecting so many of like lemons and vegetables and planting and watering and removing the thorns and all these things. So we're automatically going to get the Dreamlight anyways. So I would have liked to see, kind of more along the lines of us, using that to unlock the wells. I know we're using that to unlock new areas. Now, as of this point in this game, I have all the areas unlocked, which is amazing. I love the fact that I already have that done. So I can save up the Dreamlight Valley, what they call the leader's magic, the Dreamlight. We're going to be able to save that up a little bit more, and we're going to be able to either get it for the next new area that does come into the game eventually, which from what I have said before in a video a couple weeks ago is that, actually it might have been about a month ago now at this point, Toy Story is coming. I don't know if you guys needed the spoiler. I'm going to link that video somewhere around the 8-minute mark. Hopefully, if I remember, you're going to see that little pop up and it's going to say, I believe I did that ASMR as well. So for those of you that do like ASMR videos and those of you that are like in the Dreamlight Valley, that video is going to be the ultimate video for you. And it does talk about how Toy Story is somewhere going to be happening probably by maybe next year. That I do believe it's only Woody, maybe Woody and Buzz. I'm hoping it's both of them because I think that'd be really cool to have the duo come out at the same time, be able to help both of them versus have one of them and then have to wait. That's just my thought. Now, again, that's going to be another character we have to grind up to max rank. And that's another character we get to do a lot of quests for. But that's also another well-known Disney character or Pixar character, because there's both, because Disney owns both by now. We're going to have more variety of characters and some of the smaller characters as well. And I wonder if like Woody and Buzz are going to be as small in stature that Remy is. Are they going to be in the same realm? Are they going to be between Remy's height and Wally's height? Like, it'd be great to see more variety of sizes with characters in this game. Now, as I did mention in that other video before too, is that I would love to see Belle and Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella characters. I would love to see, more from the movies we have. Like I mentioned before, we have Scar. I would love to see Simba and Nala and maybe Mufasa and, I'm Sarabi. There we go. I was going to say I forgot her name, but her name's Sarabi. I would love to see more of these characters and maybe even Kovu. I think he would be a great fit because he's kind of villainy, but not quite. And then at that point, you might as well add his mom. So then just adding more and more characters with their own little missions and side quests and going to a different world to kind of collect Simba and all of them would be amazing. Kind of like how when you went to the world of Frozen, where you had to help Anna first. Anna came to the valley, and then you had to kind of work with Anna and talk to Elsa and figure out how to bring Elsa to the valley. I would love to see something like that for, Lion King and maybe even Cinderella. And I don't know for sure how they would do this for like King Triton. Is it going to be something kind of like Ariel, where, you kind of have to like just kind of do certain quests from like Goofy, for example. When we came to unlock Ariel, we had to do the wrecked boat quest, which again, I'll link that somewhere around here, that gave us Ariel. Is unlocking King Triton, maybe Sebastian and Flounder, are all of them going to be about the same? That would be definitely an interesting thought to have. That would definitely, but for me, I would love to kind of just have it be like, oh yeah, let's travel to this new area kind of thing. Kind of like what we did for Ariel, where you get onto a boat and you could set out and you be like, maybe Moana comes with us or something, and she say, there's a new island. Would you like to go investigate? And we would say, yes, of course. And then we would go and we would see, Sebastian and King Triton and all these other characters. I think that would be amazing. Now, I'll talk about the gameplay here really quickly. Right about now, you should be seeing us selling things to Goofy. I know I sell things to Goofy. At some point soon, I end up changing my mind, and I end up actually giving, like, the things, the little gems, crystals, whatever, to Kristoff instead of me just selling them. At some point, I make that choice. I don't really quite remember when I did this, because I'm trying this little different thing, and here we go. It's actually going to happen now. Of course, I chose to do it right after I mentioned this. I am trying this thing where a lot of other YouTubers do this, where you make the gameplay first, and then you do your commentary later. There are other people that do this type of similar thing, because I would love to do commentary at the same time I'm doing these quests. The problem is number one, I don't always know, like, if I'm gonna keep what I'm saving. Like, if I'm recording something, then I determine within so much time, like, kind of like right now in this part of the video, is it too boring? That's something that I kind of need to play around with, but I don't want you guys to miss anything either. So obviously I kept it in because it kind of goes along with the quest lines. Before I make Kristoff's stall, though, I just want to say a little bit ahead in the future, I kind of finish up a different quest first, because when I finish up that other quest, it kind of kicks me off to another quest. So that is also why I'm saying what I'm saying now, so you guys are fully prepared for that. Now, if you guys do not remember, when I did get this dress, it was actually from doing one of the last Moana quests, I believe it was one of the last ones from her, where I kind of, because she's at max friendship rank, and I did the leadership quest from her, she gave me this dress. It is not my favorite dress. It is beautiful. I get that. It is very much beautiful. I like this other blue dress I was wearing better, but I'm going to keep this one on for now, because when I get Elsa's final quest done, which I'm going to talk about that quest in a minute, I'm going to be wearing that dress, just so we're on the same page. When it comes to her quest, though, which you guys should have been able to see by now already, kind of me trying to get it, it did not tell you that you needed 2 of the fish. If I would have known I needed 2 of those sparkly herrings, I would have just fished again. But it doesn't tell you need 2, which I feel like that is a bad thing. I feel like the quest should say, hey, you are going to need 2. You should keep going, fishing again, and then move on. Because then I could already have that quest done. And then I could be already at another quest with Elsa. Instead, it said you need 1, but now I need 2. Frustrating. And as you guys can see right about now in the gameplay, I did rank Kristoff off right about now to level 7, just by giving him some gems and making him run around with me while I collect things for his own quest. I will say this as well. When it comes to the Frozen movie and the characters being in this game, I have heard, like I said in this other video, like I linked it already, hopefully. They talked about Olaf being a character coming. Maybe. I feel like they're missing one important character from the Frozen world. From the whole Frozen universe, I feel like that they skipped out on one person. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to guess who it is, but I'm going to tell you guys right now who I think it would be. That's Sven. The lovable reindeer sidekick to Kristoff. Do you at least have him mentioned more? And us, like, kind of like what happened with Moana, and we kind of helped save Pua, even though we never actually saw Pua. At least I never actually physically saw him. If you guys saw him, let me know. To have something like that for Sven, like he's stuck in one of the giant ice, things that we need to upgrade our pickaxe more to take care of. I don't know when I'm going to be able to upgrade these weapons more. I feel like it should have already, it should tell us more, if that makes any sense. Because I just feel like that it kind of missed out on that a little bit. And I would like to make a point here that there is a whole lot more of those little citrine gems or whatever they are called I'm giving to Kristoff right now. I picked up more than the 4. So it kind of frustrates me that they had a whole bunch of them out. I collected them all. And then out of nowhere, it's just like, oh no, you only have 4 in your inventory. No game. There would have been 8 in my inventory. Thank you very much. Rant about that over. But you guys kind of see what I mean. I feel like they're adding some characters. And that's even if they add all these characters. Like, we still don't know for sure if Olaf will ever come to this game. We still don't know for sure if all these other characters that are in the game, which again, based on the furniture and clothing sets that you can earn, we don't even know if any of these characters are coming. I would hope that they do. Here's my thought. I'm thinking that for all these other characters that kind of come into this game, they're going to wait until after the whole game releases and people play it and grind it for a while and get to about the point where I am about now, where it's like, yeah, you can rank up everyone. There is the little flower thing. Not ready. Get to a point where you have all the worlds as of a certain point unlocked and then push out the updates. I was hoping, even though I am playing early release game or like Game Pass early, it's not released to everyone yet. So if you do want to play this game and you haven't been able to yet, I would recommend you get the Game Pass. It'll be there. I just feel like I'm ranting a lot today, aren't I? And not just today, every couple days. So as you guys can definitely see, we have almost everything we need for Kristoff's quest. But that also means we have almost everything we need for someone else, which you guys will see. Spoiler alert, it's Anna. Now, like I said, I am also going to do another spoiler right about now. It's towards the end of this video, which this video is fairly long. It's just under an hour. If you stick out towards the end, or even if you fast forward towards the end, you're going to see we work on getting Kristoff's memories back. Now, if you guys remember, to get to the orb for the pillar in the Glade of Trust, because of Mother Gothel, Kristoff sacrificed his memories of Anna, which I was, legitly kind of sad about, because it's like, when you think about the Frozen movies, you think of how much those, especially in the second one, you think of how much he loves her, right? So to have that kind of be forgotten, it's kind of sad for those of you that are hardcore Frozen fans. But, it's all okay. And that, my dear friends, is because we're going to help get them back, hopefully. Spoilers, we do. So, like I said, if you do want to skip ahead a little bit, you definitely can. I'm just rambling on and on and on because I decided to keep this whole entire thing instead of just editing some of this out. But there's a point to my madness, okay? 20 minutes it took me to get from rank 6 to just about rank 8. And there's rank 8 right now. Talk about perfect timing. At least I'm hoping my commentary is in line with this. Oh, dear Lord. So, this is how long it takes. Okay? I'm not hiding that from any of you. I don't want to hide that from any of you. It takes time. Now, of course, now that as of the end of this video, spoilers, Kristoff is ranked at max rank. As you guys would have seen, probably in the title. If I put that in the title. You guys will have seen by the end of this video that he is at rank 10. He's max friendship level. I'm going to go ahead and get Remy next. And I might actually switch between like Remy and Wally, maybe. The only reason why I want to get Remy done is because technically I went to his world first. That is why I'm so adamant about getting him ranked up. Although it doesn't really matter to me if I do his quest anytime soon or not. I just want him maxed out. That is a more important thing than doing all their little friendship quests. Not that the friendship quests aren't important, because sometimes you can't get clothing items or furniture items or other things. You can't earn that all until you get their friendship quests done. Which I totally get. And I think, if I remember correctly, doing the quests for them as well helps speed up that process just a little bit, because you're helping them out. And I can hear my husband having fun already. Good for him. So, I am just rambling on. Now, I could, as you guys are going to see about now-ish, is that I'm doing other things with Kristoff than the, using the pickaxe, mining, I believe it's called. Which is fine, and it still helps even a little bit, which I kind of wish that they did that to where things helped a little bit more. So like fishing something with a yellow circle, which I believe is more like a rare or more legendary coloring. I kind of wish that helped a little bit more than just running around getting these gray rocks from like 2 or 3 areas and hoping for the best. Now, technically, I could have made them all fishing, but I thought it would be a good idea to do some variety. So like while Moana and Remy were like, you had to pick up, food and things that like either you are cultivating yourself or that just naturally appear in the wild. The only thing, I believe I mentioned this before, I'm going to go ahead and mention it again. I wish picking up like sticks and things, because you're technically like helping the valley. I kind of wish that picking up like the softwood and the dark wood or whatever it's called, I hoped that would kind of count towards that as well, because you're picking something up that you're going to probably need, right? Like Softwood, as you guys remember the short I made, where I gave Ursula one little softwood. And, I just wish that doing that helped. Because it doesn't do anything. Picking up all the sticks off the ground or the branches off the ground does nothing to help with their rank, with ranking anyone up. Which is frustrating. Honestly, it truly is. And we need 2 more iron ores. So we gotta do this over again. Like I said before, I love this game. It is a lot of fun. I play this a lot. I upload this a lot. You guys have all seen that. But like every game, games come with flaws. And I feel like this type of everything that is happening with this game and how much you have to actually legitimately grind it out just to do anything, I feel like that is something that I feel like they should have made work a little bit easier. Now, if you guys disagree with me, totally fine. Go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. But I feel like if you're going to make it so, like, picking up an apple off the ground or, like, grabbing apples, grabbing raspberries or whatever is supposed to, like, help with this, I would think that picking up the branches or sticks off the ground would help. Is that fair? I would hope. So here we are again, giving Kristoff some more of these gems. I'm calling them gems because I've uploaded videos from other playlists and things about crystals, so I kind of don't want to call them the same thing. Although they do kind of look like a giant crystal, but I'm going to call them gems because I feel like they kind of look more like a giant gem to me than they look like a crystal. Now, there is a few little problems with this game. And that is the fact that, like, Kristoff wanted to help me out here, which he did, but he also gets in the way sometimes. I feel like the AI could be a little bit more mindful. I don't want to say a bit better, because that would be very rude. I feel like it could be a little bit more, they could be more mindful as to, like, oh, there's something next to me. I should move out of the way so that way the main player could get to what they need to get, right? Or am I just completely crazy? That's okay if I'm crazy. I'm crazy enough to keep playing this game over and 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 over again. But it's okay because, like I said, there's a lot of different options. I don't want to keep ranting on and on about the funness of the game. Right now, or about now, hopefully my commentary isn't too far off, we're still working on finding everything we need. And right now we're going to be fast traveling, which I know that's a term from Skyrim. Okay? We're going to move right over here to the right by the house. We're going to see how much iron ores or iron ingots we need. Because I think we have enough. Yes. We definitely have enough. Now, here's the thing. I go ahead and go to this instead of what I should have did. So, because I messed that up a little bit, we have to change quests. So I go up to Anna's quest, Lost Loves and Missing Memories, and we're going to give her the items. Now, I'm going to go into the map to kind of see where she is. And she is in Scrooge's store. Now, keep in mind as to exactly where she is, because when we need her again a little bit later in this video, she's going to be in pretty much the exact same place. Maybe a little bit over, a tiny bit. Other than that, she's going to be in the exact same place, basically. In the same building, same everything. Okay? So just once we load in here, which I could have saved you guys the bore of watching me load in and out. I could have done that, but it's like, why not show you guys the whole fun of everything? So she's on the second story in Scrooge's store. And we're going to go ahead and listen to them talk, which of course, because he's already following me, we could just watch them talk right here. And I hate how it says listen to their conversations when you don't listen to them. You read what they're saying, which I love the fact that they did, they typed it out for you. But I also wish, in my own way, that they actually had the voice actors voice out these bits like this. It happened before with Scrooge when he was talking to Ursula. It happens now with Anna and Kristoff. I feel like it just... Don't say listen to their conversations then, if you're not going to have any commentary. If you don't want to go that route, you should say something along the lines of pay attention to their conversation versus listen in to their conversation. Because I feel like if you say listen in, you're going to expect commentary. Even when I was recording this, they weren't talking. You had to literally read the bubbles of text to know what was going on. Which, again, I don't have a problem with. But don't say listen to their conversation and then have no commentary, I think that's silly. Now, that could just be me nitpicking at this point. I just feel like just say pay attention to their conversation. That's the only wording I would say is like instead of listen to their conversation, say pay attention to their conversation. Just a thought. Creators of Disney Dreamlight Valley. While I do love the game, just those little type of details. If you're going to have someone listen, at least have the people talk. Have there be an actual conversation. Okay? So Lost Loves and Memories are done. So now we need to go back again and get more of the sticks from the ground in the 2 areas and maybe 3 areas and get more iron. Why do I do this to myself? Although finishing Anna's quest is very important. Don't get me wrong. It was hugely important to get that done. But now I have to get more iron ore and get more of those sticks. Oh my lord. But hey, you know what? We're just going to break it up a little bit here. And we're going to plant some seeds because we need a lot of fabric. And that also gets him up to level 9. So that means he is almost done. Okay? Now, finishing off with him, with Kristoff, like his final thing with that sled, that I hate when you have it do automatically grab and then it doesn't keep grabbing from the gold one, so I missed out on all that. It made me so mad when I was recording this. Because I feel like even the character's AI is like a little bit off. Like, as you guys would have seen here, while I'm planting things, I have to be basically standing on top of the place to plant the seed. That's all I'm saying about that. Just a little detail. But that also means now that we have Kristoff at the final level. Now, if I do remember right about this point, we're going to go up to Sunlit Plateau. We're going to check that little plant again. Or I'm wrong. I know we check it. Sorry about that. My cats are going crazy. Again. We do eventually check Sunlit Plateau a couple of times, though even by the end of this video, it is still not ready yet. So I'm hoping by next video, it will be done. Now, when I go to rank up Scar in my friendship with him, what do you guys think I should have the activity be that we do to rank him up? Should I be doing this like I did with Kristoff and Maui? Should I do, fishing like I did with Goofy and I think Mickey and maybe Merlin? I don't know what Kristoff was doing just then. It actually legit distracted me from my train of thought. I don't necessarily foresee Scar being like one of those characters that you want to fish with. Though I definitely could do that because I know for sure Wally is fishing. I have him set to fishing too, if I remember correctly. I could have him do more. I don't really want to make him the same thing as I made Moana and Remy, which is forage for items. So if you guys have anything in particular, any specific way you want me to, when I go to rank up Scar, if we even can, because I haven't seen too many people get to this point yet of ranking up Scar. That could also be because they are focusing on ranking up all the other characters they have as of this moment. I don't necessarily foresee... I haven't seen anyone get this far yet. Then again, by the time this comes out, that might be a totally different thing. That might be totally wrong, but because I'm recording this ahead of time. This is actually recorded almost a month ahead of time. If not exactly a month ahead of time. I do try to keep an eye at, but I've also seen that a lot of, content creators do record this, but they also are recording other things. Now, I do have other things I'm going to be uploading here soon. So let me know if there's anything in particular you want to see. Because I know for sure that there's other things coming. But there is a specific game or, an app that you guys maybe want to for sure see, just let me know in the comment section down below. And maybe set it, label it as #future or, hashtag apps, hashtag games, hashtag apps, whatever you guys want to label it. And kind of go that route. That way you guys can definitely have a say as to what would interest you. Now, I know I've had some commenters, which I do appreciate very much, of those that love ASMR, which is why every once in a while I try to do ASMR, because they told me that they would love to see it and they love when I do ASMR. It's hard to keep doing those sometimes. So, again, when I do ASMR, I do label them as such. So if you love the ASMR videos, do not worry. There will be more coming. I just need a tiny bit of time. That being said, we're still finding iron and all that fun garbage. What, if you guys could pick one thing to be something that you are not most thrilled about with this game, tell me what you think it is in the comment section down below. What about this game just drives you crazy? For me, like I said before, it's just a constant grinding things out. And not a lot of characters yet. There's characters on the load-in screen that aren't here yet. And I'm also going to mention this when it comes to characters. Stitch is a character on the load-in screen, right? So why is it that while Stitch is a character you're going to be able to get at some point, hopefully in the future, why is it that Lilo is not? Why is she not an option? Why is she not a character yet in this game? I don't get that as to why she's not. I don't know why she isn't an option. I don't know why she isn't in the game yet. I just don't. And that is something that I would love to see remedied in the future. Because what is Stitch without Lilo? Let me know what you guys think of that in the comment section down below. Would you guys love to also see Lilo in the game? I would love to see Lilo and her sister and the guy that has a crush on her sister all day long. I would definitely love to see that. If you guys are someone that would love to see that as much as I am, let me know in the comment section down below. And we're almost done. almost done. Just a couple more iron. And, I think this might be it. Is it it? It is, but we need to talk to him, of course, first. Of course. I totally understand that. So now he's going to say, yay, we have all the items. Go ahead and craft it for me and then, put it where you want. Now, when it came to placement options for me, I did not want to necessarily take away from Goofy's stall. While, yes, Goofy has one in every single area. That is fine. But I wanted to make sure that Kristoff had his own little area. So that I was thinking, what is the one area that for sure does not have one? Does not have a stall? And I chose right next to Elsa's house, as you guys are going to see in the video here. I chose there because I know that Kristoff has his, he comes from that world, so it's kind of cliche to kind of put him next to Elsa's house or her home cave, whatever we're calling it. But I wanted to make sure that if people really wanted to buy things from Kristoff, that they meant to be there, not just, oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking more realism, which it's a video game. Probably didn't have to go that far. I probably could have put him right next to Goofy's stall and been like, oh, well, tough. But I didn't. So I actually placed it, and he said, he's going to sell sand and softwood and some other things if we ever need him. I have not used his stall yet. At least not as of this point. So, which is fine. You don't always have to necessarily use that. And I'm pretty sure we could probably sell things to him and make money with him as well, rather than just using Goofy. Although Goofy seems to never run out of money, which is fantastic. And it also makes me wonder how someone like, Ariel and Ursula and those that are waterbound, how they use the stores. Does anyone know the answer to that? I would love to know. It's like clearly there's got to be a way. Or is there an option in the future that has us kind of make them more human? So like, what I mean by that is there any way to give them legs? Because even in the movie Little Mermaid, they both end up with legs. Now, while Ursula does that because, Ariel is actually doing well for herself. But I think it would be very interesting to have them both get legs. Or at least to have them have the option to have legs and to come onto land. So like occasionally you see them swimming around and then other times you see them walking. I think that would be really cool and it would bring a nice little variety to some of these characters. Or to be able to be like, hey, you want to talk to so-and-so? Well, they're swimming right now. I think that'd be really cool. At least in the world of, Ariel and Ursula. Instead of them just being waterbound all the time. Let me know what you guys think of that below in the comment section. So, we're actually starting the Frozen Memories now, which is amazing. So basically we just need 6 aquamarines and 3 swamp waters. Now you're going to see a little bit of horrible placements with me running my character, because of the fact that I actually had to look it up if I needed anything. Like if I needed to make the container or the jar to hold the water in. And spoilers, which you guys are going to see here momentarily anyway, you don't need that. You're just going to be able to walk over, pick them up on your own, And that'll be that. Which I think that was it made it a little bit easier to make sure, that it was made a little bit easier like that. I thought that was nice, that I didn't have to worry about trying to remember how to make those, liquid containers and things like that. Although, a little bit later on in this video as well, you're going to see that our character here, which of course I've called Raven, you're going to see that she just pulls things out of her back like we've had it in our inventory this whole time. If that is the case, then why do we need to literally run around and grab I was literally grabbing sand and glass and things to create these containers. Because I thought, okay, because of this, I'm definitely going to need to make the container. And this is where you guys are going to start seeing me kind of running weird, because I was actually looking it up. Again, I'm going to run into walls and things like that. I'm actually looking it up to see if I actually need it. If I actually need some of these extra items that I was foraging around for, or whatever you guys want to call it. Turns out I could just walk right up over to the swamp in the glade. And I can literally just grab what I need. I don't even need a container for it at this point, which makes it so much easier. So much easier. And you guys are going to see that momentarily. Which, there you go. It automatically is just sitting there right next to the water waiting for you to grab it. It's like, thank you. Thank you. And then, of course, it's easier to grab the swamp water than it is to grab the aquamarines that we need. Because why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? And I love how there's some on the other side as well. I thought that was like a nice little touch. That way, if you didn't necessarily see them all, or if you ran across right away, then you'd been able to see another one on the other side. I thought that was nice. And because I love fishing, I thought I'll just grab a lobster. Because wouldn't you guys want to just fish a lobster if you had the opportunity? I think I probably would. And I'm sorry about all this noise. My cat is literally sitting, knocking things off my desk. What are you doing? Being a bad baby. You're being a bad little kitty. Normally I lock the cats out of my office, but I decided to be nice, let them be back here with me. Oh. Kind of a mistake. So we're just looking for the last couple aquamarines, which I know they're not supposed to be like every single time. But the fact that it's taken me this long to find 6 of them, yeah, that's apparently a thing with this game. But we're about to do this. So, we've got all of them. We're looking, or did we not get them all yet? I think we're about to check Sunlit Plateau. I don't know why I try to say Sunlit Plateau as like a grove or whatever. I couldn't believe I tried to do that. And that's the good thing too about ranking up like our friends and things like that, because it gives us more energy because we rank up too. I like that. We're not necessarily just, doing something else for our own character rank up to get more energy and unlock more things. We're actually doing what we're normally already doing, and it helps rank us up. Nice touch. I like that. And I hated that, the shiny aquamarine did not count. I'm sorry. It was still aquamarine. I don't see why it being shiny made it any difference. Because it's still an aquamarine at the end of the day, right? Now, I know people are going to, be mad at me for saying that. But considering the fact that, It still said it was an aquamarine. Kind of tells me that it really probably should not have mattered if it was shiny or not. My guess is just the fact that it was just supposed to make things more difficult for you. Because why wouldn't it make things more difficult for us, right? Right? But, I think it'll be alright. And there we go. Now we have to take all this to Elsa, which now we're actually going to look for her, make sure we know where she is, which she's not where she was before. I'll tell you that much right now. She's all the way back up to the Force of Valor. It's like, but she's also walking down. So we're going to go ahead and quickly run to the plaza with our abilities, and we're going to catch up to her. Now, technically, I could have just done the thing where I clicked on a person and it made it like tell me step by step where to go. But I figured just looking at the map and just like quickly getting there is probably a little bit easier. At least for me, it seems a little bit easier. So now we're about to go on ahead and try this out. It didn't work. Oh no! What'd you do? Actually, it's not even her fault, and I tell her it's not her fault. But Merlin did tell her if it doesn't go right, there's another way for it to possibly work. Which, the fact that Elsa doesn't know by now that Anna would want to help. Like, really, Elsa? We've been through this how many times with you now? Anna wanted to help you in the Frozen movies. Anna wanted to help you in the game. And I feel like Elsa constantly leaves Anna in the dark, whether it's in a movie or in the game. She constantly leaves her in the dark. Which, I get she's probably just trying to protect her and all. But anyway, like I said, this is where she is. She's in the upper story of Scrooge's store. She must really like the store. What are you doing, cat? She must really love the store if she's just going to hide out in here all the time. Which, to each their own. If she wants to hide out in the store all day, let her. And now, again, there it is. It magically popped out of our pocket. Like, really? Although, I'm not going to complain. Because the other option would be for them to fix that and have someone literally have to make one of those. Which would just make it that much more annoying. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut about it. And hopefully by the time a lot of you do play this game and get to this quest, they don't fix that. Now, I'm also hoping that when it comes to, when the full game releases, that it's not going to make me start back over. I'm hoping it's going to keep where I'm at. Because I think that if I have to start over again, I don't know if I would want to. You know what I mean? And that's nothing against the game. It's just the fact that I've taken how many months that I've been playing this game to literally make sure that I have everything, as much as I can have it done, and then it's just gonna make me start over. Don't know how thrilled I would be about that. Legit. No idea. I'd probably be quite mad, honestly. But here we go. We're going to go ahead and get this since it did finally work with Anna's hair, which the fact that it uses Anna's hair is kind of weird. But I'm not going to complain about it because that's just the game. Okay? And actually, it does actually work this time. So, which is perfect. Perfect. And now it's going to help him magically remember some things, which I think that's great. You know, I think it's a nice touch that, like, they brought something from the first Frozen movie where Anna was actually a statue. She had actually gone frozen, legitly frozen. And here we go, finally. He is rank level 10. His friendship meter is fully maxed out. He is done. Though, we're going to help him out one more time. And it's all about his sled, which, as you guys may remember from the movies, you know, Sven and him use the sled to sell, like, ice and things like that. So now we're going to help fix his sled. Now, I do not finish this quest before I finish the video, because I wanted to save some things for next video. And especially since I actually do have his friendship ranked up now, I could go ahead and focus solely on, like, Remy and getting the nature and nurture quest done and things of that nature. So, we find a shed in this frozen area, but unfortunately, it is damaged. Which means we're going to have to fix it. Which I would think that since Kristoff actually runs his own stall, he would be able to find his own stuff to fix it. But it's okay, because we're going to fix it for him. We're going to do the nice thing, and we're going to fix it for him. Dear. And because of the fact that I'm such a nice person, and I did not want this video to last too much longer, we're about done with today's video. We're going to grab the book, and I think that's pretty much it after that. Let me know what you guys think of this video and of the storylines so far in the comment section down below. And if you liked this, you know, if you like the way I'm playing the games and you like some of my content, hit the subscribe button. It is free to do so. And I will see you all next time. Bye!